All right, what should you have highlighted over here? Say that again? Parallel, very good, because you needed to make sure that you knew that the slopes were going to be what? The same, very good. We learned that yesterday. So the slopes are the same. All right, so what's the slope of this one? No, it's not 3x. What is, you're not listening. What is the slope of that first one? Thank you. 3, not 3x. 3, all right? What else do you have? You have an x, which is 2, and you have a y, which is 7. Now, at this point, am I telling you how I want this equation? Did I tell you that I want it in slope-intercept or standard or point slope? Then use the easiest ones. Use the easiest one. If it's parallel, the slopes have to be the same. The easiest one would be this one. What form is this? Point slope. Very good. Point slope. Do you have a y? Yes, it's 7. Do you have an m? Yes, it's 3. Do you have an x? Yes, it's 2. That was the easiest one. Okay? So at this point that I've shown you 3 different ones, if I'm not telling you, right, you need to make sure that you pick the easiest one so because of time purposes, right? Work smarter, not harder. All right? So let's go ahead and substitute. So instead of y1, it would be 7. Instead of m, it would be 3. And instead of x1, it would be 2. Now, let's say I ask you in slope intercept. Then what do you have to do? If I want it like this, if I want it in slope intercept form, then what do I need to do? Very good. You start by distributing that 3. Very good. So technically you finish there because I just told you to give me an equation of the line that's parallel to that one and goes through that point, correct? But let's say I want it as y equals mx plus b, which is slope intercept, then I need to distribute. Very good. So that would be y minus 7 equals 3x minus 6, and then to get rid of that 7, plus 7, and y equals 3x plus 1. All right? You probably went and got b first and then, right? And then plugged in. Now that's okay. How many of you actually got that? Thank you, Gabriel. Thank you, Marcos. All right. Let's go to the second one. All right, I'm going to use that as number 2. All right, so the equation was 4x plus y needs to be parallel to that one. To 4x plus y equals negative 9, and it goes through the point negative 2 and 9. So what's the first thing that I need to do over here? Find the what, babies? The slope of that line. You don't know the slope of that line, but you do know that that line and your other line have the same slope. So therefore, I need to find this slope. So to find this slope, what do I need to do? Turn it into what? Slope intercept. Very good. Which means you're solving for y. Very good. I got to solve for y. So to solve for y, take away 4x. And then y equals negative 4x minus 9. Now I can get my m. What's my slope? There you go. And then what else do I have? I have an x and I have a y. Now again, I'm going to go to this one because I have a point and a slope. Why would I go to anything else? And then I'm going to change it to this by distributing. All right, so instead of 9, instead of y1, 9. Instead of m, negative 4. And then x plus 2. Very good. It's always the opposite. That negative times that negative will make it a positive, right? So technically, you could have finished right here. I didn't tell you how I wanted it, did I? All right. Now, if I want to go ahead and give it, turn it into slope intercept, right? I need to distribute the 4. Not the x, the 4. What is negative 4 times x? Negative 4x. What is negative 4 times 2? Negative 8. And then to get rid of that minus 9, I'm going to add a 9. So y equals negative 4x plus 1. That's if you want it in that form, okay? You don't have to. You could have just stopped there. Yay? All right, let's do number 3. X plus y equals 7, and then it goes through negative 4 and 0. All right, so what do I have to do? I'm finding the line that's parallel to that one and that it goes through that point. Solve for y so that I can figure out what's the slope of that one. So take away x. Y equals negative x plus 7. Now I have the 3 things that I need. What do I need? I need an m, which is negative 1, because they're parallel, they're the same, right? I need an x, negative 4, and I need a y, which is 0. So I'm going to go to point slope. I like working with this one. It's the longest one, but I think it's the easiest one. Because you're just plugging in. That's all you're doing. Alright, so y equals, because I really don't need to write down y minus 0, right? And then negative x plus 4. Very good. And now there's an invisible one over here. And actually, you can write the one if you want to, right? And then when I distribute that, I could have just left it like that. But if you want to turn it into slope intercept, just distribute that negative 1, right? So y equals negative x minus 4. All right, number 4. Up, up, up. All right. Do I have to solve for y on this one? No, I sure don't. What's the slope? Negative 1/2. My x is 4 and my y is negative 5. So I'm going to go to slope point and start substituting, right? All right, so what's my y? Plus 5. Remember, it's the opposite, right? Equals negative 1/2 x minus 4. Very good. Now you could stop right there. Or let's go ahead and turn it into y equals mx plus b. Slope y-intercept. So let's distribute. Negative 1/2 x. What's negative 1/2 times negative 4? Plus what? Plus 4? I don't think so. Can we do it with a calculator? We don't know how to do it. 1/2 4 times. 2. $2. Thank you. 50 cents 4 times. $2. All right. Now to get rid of that plus 5. So negative 1/2 x minus 3. We did all this yesterday. All right. Let's go over the exit ticket. Oh, you didn't have one. I'm sorry. The other class did. You guys didn't. All right. My paper. And we need to... quick. I'm a little behind. Let's go. Thank you. All right, 1, 2, 3. See, this is why we can't get anything accomplished. Let's go ahead and stop and listen. The first thing that you're going to do is cut this because that's going to be the title of the page. So cut this out right here at the top. Go. Stop and don't talk because we're behind. So let's go. All right, as soon as you get that, you're going to glue it at the top of the page. Thank you, Laurenisha. All right, are we good? All right, after you cut that one, you're going to cut this one that was right beside the title. All of it. Don't cut in between. You're going to cut outside of it, okay? Shh, no talking. So we could get this done quick. You guys are my babies that love to talk. And then as soon as you get that, you're going to glue it right in the middle of the page. Okay? Thank you for working so diligently. That's why I love my babies. Alright, after you finish with that one, then you should have two more sections, right? You're going to cut the one that belongs to the perpendicular lines and then the one that belongs to the parallel lines. So two more sections. right through those lines. So fold those right through those lines. The line that says perpendicular and the line that says parallel. Alright, you're going to glue that little, you're going to put glue on that little section. You're going to put glue on the little section but on the back, right? And the perpendicular goes to the right. But the paper, don't glue it on top, glue it right beside it. So that then you can go ahead and open it up, okay? You see what I'm doing? I just glue that part. And then I'm only going to glue that section. And then the parallel goes on the other side. And then it looks like a little flip book. Alright? Alright, 3 more minutes. Alright, 2 minutes. Thank you, Mia, for taking the leadership and Lisa on your team. Team leaders, go ahead and pick up trash or delegate if you have not finished for somebody to do it. So I only need one person from each family to go ahead and put trash in the trash can. All right, you got 1 more minute? You can throw them in the trash can, baby. Thank you very much. That's beautiful. All right. See what we get accomplished when we're not talking like crazy? All right, so let's do it. So parallel lines have slopes that are what? The same. Very good. So that's exactly what you're going to write over here. The same. All right? So the next one is, we got to find the slope of line A. How can we find the slope of line A if it's on a graph? Rise over run. Very good. So use the 2 points and let's do rise over run. Let's count. Rise will be up and down. Run would be right and left. Is in your cheat sheet, right? So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that can be simplified to what? 6/4 can be simplified to 3/2. Very good. Now, has Jimmy been a good boy or a bad boy? Good boy. Very good. So it should be positive, right? All right, let's do the line of B. If they're parallel, they should be the same, right? So let's do rise over run. The rise would be 1, 2, and 3 over the run, which is 2. And we're done. All right, so what is the slope of a line parallel to that one? 2. M equals 2. Yay? All right, we're done with parallel. Let's go to perpendicular. All right, perpendicular lines have slopes that are what? Different. Opposite and reciprocal. Very good. So opposite / reciprocal, right? Uh-oh. Went to the other side, but it's okay. All right, so let's go for the line of A. Rise over, run again. So that will be 1, 2, 3, and 4 over 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now for A, has Jimmy been a good boy or a bad boy? Good boy, so that would be positive, right? All right, so if they're opposite and reciprocal, you would expect for the slope of B to be what? -5 over 4. Very good. All right, so, but let's go ahead and do it. For letter B, it would be right here. There you go. For line B, not letter B. All right, so let's do the rise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So far so good. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ding, ding, ding. We got it. All right, so what's the slope of a line perpendicular to that one? 3. Very, no, not 4. 3. Right, because it's 3 over 1. Yay? And that's it. And no, this one is negative, so this one would be, okay, yeah, I got you. I got you. Sorry. All right, are we good? All right. Next one. Joshua. All right, find the equation of the line that is parallel to that one and it goes through that point. So if it's parallel, the slope needs to be what? The same. So the slope needs to be 1/2. But look at that point. Somebody tell me what you notice about that point, because we don't want to work harder. We want to work smarter. What is that? That's your what? That's your y-intercept. Very good. How do you know that that's your y-intercept? The x equals 0. Very good. So we don't have to do much work around here. Good job, babies. So the equation would be what? 1/2 x plus 2. Okay? Awesome, my babies. We're on fire today. All right. Find the equation of the line that is perpendicular to that one. And it goes through the points 6 and 1. So talk to me about this one. -1/3. Very good. That's the slope. And then, I got to do a little bit of work, don't I? Yep. So what is x? 6. And what is y? 1. 1, 1. It looks like a 0, but it's 1. All right. So I'm going to use slope point. Is that cool? Yeah, you can go to mommy equation too. And calculate B and then plug it in. I'm going to go ahead and just use the slope point and then change it to y equals mx plus b. Do we know what I'm doing? What I just did on the class opener, right? All right, so this would be y minus what? 1 equals, oh, m is not m. What is m? 1/3? Negative 1/3. So negative 1/3 and then x minus 6. So let's distribute, right? Y minus 1 equals negative 1/3 x. What's negative 1/3 times negative 6? Do it on the calculator. There's no shame in that. Plus 2. And then add 1. Add 1. And y equals negative 1/3 x plus 3. And you're done. Yay? All right. Are the lines parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Thank you. How do you know that they're perpendicular? Because one of the slope is positive, the other slope is negative. And what's the reciprocal of 1 over 1? 1, right? All right. What about this? Are the lines parallel, perpendicular, or neither? 2/3? 3? Very good. They're perpendicular, right? One is positive, the other one is negative, and you have the reciprocal, so they're perpendicular. One is 2/3, the other one is negative 3/2. So that's the sign for perpendicular, right? We talked about that yesterday, right? Yay or nay? Yay. All right. Are the lines parallel, perpendicular, or neither? Neither. One needs to be positive, the other one needs to be negative. Don't let me get you on Friday, because I will do this. All right, don't let me get you. One always needs to be positive, the other one needs to be negative. So this is neither. What about that last one? Parallel. Very good. Because both of the slopes are negative 1/2. All right, you're done with this. Put it in your notebook. You can put it on your, yeah, you can put it in the front with your cheat sheets if you can. But what I like about having this on your cheat sheet is that you have a little bit of work, right? And you can look at it. So you can put it in your cheat sheets. That's a-okay. Just don't put it in the front, right? Because then it won't stay closed. Make sure the purple one is on top, right? Are we good? Good job, babies. Priscilla, can you put this on day 7, baby? Actually, put one of them, not both. Yes, you may. All right, what time do you guys leave? 2:05, right? All right, let's go over homework real quick because I saw a lot of crazy stuff during homework. Can you get me a copy of that homework, baby girl? Yes, it has 5 problems, right? No, it doesn't have 20 problems. Crazy. All right, let's go over it. Shh. So this should have been highlighted, right? And then you should have written down, where's my black? There it is. Y minus y1, right? Equals m x minus x1. All right, so I got the point. And if it's parallel and it's already solved for y, then I don't need to do much, right? Because the m is right there. All right, so what was the m? 7/5. The x was 5 and the y was 2. So this is y minus 2 equals 7/5 x minus, that's it, right? Yay?
I got it right, but I put x minus 4.
I don't know what, then you didn't get it right if it's x minus 4. All right, let's do the next one. All right, it goes through the point 2, 5, which means x equals 2 and y equals 5, but the equation of the line is x equals 0. So you needed to think about Vox. Look at your cheat sheet, because we did a cheat sheet with Hoy and Vox. What does Vox mean? Vertical line, slope is undefined, and x equals a number. The equation means that x equals a number. All right. So what's my slope?
Undefined.
It's undefined. So if it's undefined, what can I plug over here? Absolutely nothing. Right? Yay? Right? And you can go ahead and try to do it. Let's see. Y minus 5. And then, I don't know what the heck I'm going to write over here, because it's undefined. And then x minus 2, right? And then I go, okay, so where do I go from there? I don't have an m. So obviously this doesn't work. Okay? So what's a line parallel to that one? Where's the line x equals 0? X equals 0. That's the line x equals 0. Are all those x's 0? Yes. Why not? 1 and 0, 2 and 0, 3 and 0, right? Because it doesn't move up or down, does it? All right. So I need a line that is parallel to that one. So it's got to be, I'm doing this wrong. I'm sorry. That is Hoy, right? I'm sorry. Let's fix it. It's a vertical line, so it should be a line going up and down. I'm sorry about that. So it should be here, right? I'm sorry, where x equals 0. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just said x equals 1, x equals 2, right? I should, as soon as that came out of my mouth, I should have gone like, what? I thought x could only be equal to 0. All right, so this one is correct. Vertical line on x equals 0. Are you with me now? Because I probably confused the heck out of you when I did that. Are you with me now? Yes? All right, so I need a line that's parallel to that. So it's got to be another line that goes up and down. Is that clear? Because it cannot touch it, right? But that line needs to go through where? Through that point. Which means the x can only be equal to what? To what? To 0? If it's equal to 0, it's the same line. I don't want the same line. X needs to be equal to 2. It's right there. It tells you. So you come to 2, and that's the line that is parallel to that one. That is x equals 0. So what's my line? X equals 2. Because they have to be parallel, so they have to be the same. Okay? All right, sorry about that. It's really easy to get confused. All right, let's go to the next one. Let's go through 1 and -5, and it's perpendicular. All right, so it's perpendicular. I know that the x equals 1 and the y equals -5, but it's perpendicular to -x plus y equals 1. Do you know the slope of that one? You do? I don't know it yet. Which means I have to do what? Solve for y. Thank you. That's why if you didn't solve for y on 3 and 5, you didn't get all your points, because you needed to solve for y on 3 and 5. So this is plus x. So y equals x plus 1. So what's my slope? Not x. Thank you, 1. My slope is 1. Yay? So now I got a slope and I got a point, and I can plug it in over here, right? So that was y? No. Plus 5. Best be sure. I'm going to put that minus 5. And I'm going to put that plus 5 on Friday. So be careful. He's not the only one. What's my slope? Do I really need to put a 1 over there? No. And then x minus 1. If you want to put a 1, you can, but you really don't have to, right? All right, so this would be y plus 5 equals x minus 1. Yay? All right, number 4, right? For number 4, it was 5 and 2, and it was perpendicular to x equals 0. All right, so again, if x equals a number, that is Vox. Yes? So it's a perpendicular. Let me see if Mr. Ring can get this one right. It's a vertical line where? Through the origin. Very good. So this is x equals 0, right? So it needs to be perpendicular. So it cannot be like this, right? It has to be what? It has to be a horizontal line. All right? So which ones are horizontal line? The y, look at your Hoy. Look, why don't you have the cheat sheet out? I'm going to tell you something. My group last year was crazy about those cheat sheets. You guys could care less. You don't even look at them. You guys don't even look at them. We don't. I need a horizontal line, so I need to think about what? Hoy. I need to think about Hoy because I need a line that it's this way so that it can be perpendicular to that one, not parallel. The other one was parallel. This one is perpendicular, so I need to think about Hoy. And what does the cheat sheet say about Hoy? Horizontal line with a slope of 0 where y equals a number. So what is the equation that is perpendicular to that? Y needs to be equal to what? To 2. Thank you. It's right there. So you come over here to 2. And that is the line that is perpendicular to x equals 0. The y equals 2. The x equals 0. All right. Number 5. Number 5 is, it goes through 2 and negative 3 and is perpendicular to negative 2x plus 5y equals negative 10. I got to solve for y. Very good. So plus 2x plus 2x. So 5y equals 2x minus 10. Divide by 5. And y equals 2/5 x minus 2. Now I got my slope, right? Negative 5 over 2, because it's perpendicular. So it's opposite and reciprocal. And now I got my x and I got my y. My x is 2. My y is negative 3. So now you have to come over here, right? So it would be y. Thank you. Y plus 3 equals negative 5/2 x minus 2. And there's your answer. All right.